Okay, I think we're back. Sorry for that unsightly delay. Things definitely did not go as planned, but hey, we're here. Things are moving slowly but surely again. Stream is back up. We are live. We are loading into the campaign. Looks like the reboot did the trick, but definitely wasn't a fan of that. I guess just having the Airstream running on my computer, my laptop, for the last, I don't know how long that was, 2-ish hours was enough to just wipe out my my computer's memory to the point that I needed to give it another go. So computer decided, I don't know if that affected anything on your end. Yeah, it did. Okay. For whatever reason, my computer just decided I wanted to open Spotify, but nope, not at all. I think it does that on startup. Anyway, so where things last left off, my encoder, XSplit Gamecaster, decided to cut out on me during my last attempt at streaming, and where I was, what I was at, was I had just gotten my revenge on Sarl encampment. The video cut out right before I got the victory screen, but no surprise, yes, I won that fight. So why was I at Sarl encampment? Well, I was at Sarl encampment because I need to get my revenge against the Norsca faction, Wulfric. Well, why am I getting my revenge against the Norsca faction, Wulfric? And by the way, where's Throg? That's not Throg.
Slaughter the ship.
Long story short, my army was right here, Throg, right there, about to kill Sirtha Ek at the Naglfari Plain. I was in the turn-end screen, and Wulfric, who was here at Doomkeep, just decided, you know what? I want Sirtha Ek instead. Marched up to Naglfari Plain right in front of me, beat him, killed him, confederated all of the Varg. So now, as you can see on the overview map, well, not effectively, as you can see on the diplomacy map,
Bring death.
Norsca is all over me. Just completely surrounded by Norsca. So the only option was revenge. And so I decided, okay, well, I'll beat up Wulfric and I'll take his faction. Wulfric beat me, of course. And then I fled. And then he beat me a second time, which meant Throg's army was eliminated. So I ended that video on as high of a note as I could, which was muster an army really quick, sprint in, take Sarl encampment, burn it to the ground. And what you see is what's left of that effort. Throg is back, re-recruited, and I'm going to have
Overrun the world.
Lamont Dahl once again merge with Throg. Have Throg take over that army, and just move on from there. In the meantime, though, it looks like Lamont Dahl has earned himself a little upgrade. I'll give him Route Mercher just to make the process of merging easier. And let's look at upgrading. So I can upgrade the Ultra Response and the Winter Pyre. Winter Pyre means I can get my hands on Marauder champions.
Mic on.
Was my mic not on that entire time? Somebody's gonna have to talk to me if that's the case. Because it should have been on, and I don't know why it was off. I'm just gonna wait for the top chat, because if I was giving the entire summary. This has been my night tonight, hasn't it? Oh, it was on? Okay. Phew. Thank goodness. Alright, so I can upgrade this, get Marauder Champions if I upgrade that post, or I can get, you know, that's all the income I'm getting there. So I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade Winter Pyre. Now, yes, I'm gonna do that now. Next turn I'll do the upgrade for the trophies. Okay. So don't think I can do anything else there. Oh, and you're probably wondering who I sacrificed to. I chose, yet again, the Crow. seemed the most fitting. Alright. Let's hit that turn end. Hello, Arctic. Arctic, you had some very tasty food puns tonight. I was paying attention. So yeah, this is gonna be a scrap. This is gonna be tough. I'm not in the best situation, as you can tell. I'm only recruiting Marauder meat shields at the moment. I don't have a very good faction position, but the game warned me that this was gonna be a hard start. I do have options. I can try and settle Krakadrak, which I raised before. Just so I can get another province under my belt, since I'm going to be at war with the Norscan faction anyway. I'm thinking the idea is that I'll be attempting to defeat Wulfric as soon as possible and confederate his force. I think that's the best case scenario for a victory. It just means that I need to not fall into the same trap I did last time, which was I'm pretty sure it was overconfidence. In general, just thinking that Throg with a Frostworm and 2 troll units is going to be enough. He somehow managed to pull out enough anti-large, and also the part that I really caught me off guard was that Wulfric definitely owned Throg in 1-to-1 combat. I wasn't aware of Wulfric as a dual character, a one-on-one. Throg's mechanic is really straightforward, just, anti-infantry, but probably better against, mobs of infantry, less so than individual heroes or units. Wulfric might also have some decent armor piercing, but I don't even think Throg carries that much armor. There's so many questions, so many. It's not a matchup that I've actually studied. This is, as I've said in earlier episodes, this is actually my first time playing Norsca in anything. Oh, we have a surfeit of loot. While raiding across the sea, your warriors discover rich pickings in a coastal village that was easily overcome. Good for them. So rich, it turns out that your ships, already heavy with earlier plunder, cannot carry all you wish to take. What should they load up with, and what should they leave behind? Do I go with an abundance of meat for 15% casualty replenishment rate, or an abundance of iron for less upkeep? Right now I want less upkeep. Yeah, that almost doubled my my upkeep rate. So I'm gonna march Throg out to them.
Battle time is feeding time.
Move all of the army of infantry. Man, not having those units is really painful.
Mutant beast.
Those are fine. Those can stay like they are. I'll try merging these. So for those of you unfamiliar with campaign tactics, you can, in the interest of saving some time and efforts in, I always right click on that, in order to save some efforts in recruiting, you can always merge units together. They will be stronger together than if you just had like 2 or 3 small units heavily depleted, merge them together into one unit. It's my belief, I can't say 100% for sure, it's my belief that their morale will hold out better if you have them in larger units. Do I have any more? There's nothing to raid here anyway, so I'm just gonna force march. Go up somewhere where I can do some raiding, which is just this corner up here. See if I can enforce on this. And this might be a mistake, because Wulfric's out there. He's replenishing right now as we speak. So I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna go into a raiding camp, see if I can't earn some money that way, and then move on from there. Things are still... Oh, I don't have the money yet for that. Alright, here's another quick turn end. Quick! Quote unquote. Sure. So people are being pretty quiet tonight. Not that I'm complaining. These things happen. I mean, that was probably one of the most active air streams I've ever seen. Oh my goodness. All the food puns. There were some good ones, I think. Oh, is that our boy? If he's just up at Varg Camp, that's not a hard place to conquer. See, this is why I like paying attention to the turn end in the early game. You can afford to take the time to pay attention. It's when your empire gets too sprawling, too large, where the direct oversight, the minutia of detail, just isn't as valid, isn't as worthwhile. Much like owning a real empire would be like, I would imagine. Alright, we're now up to the Bretonian minor factions, and Wood Elves moving along ploddingly. So those of you on tonight, just some thoughts from you, some questions for you. How many of you have had a chance to play? Oh, Starman, you already lost your Chaos campaign. I'm gonna take a guess because I lost my first Chaos campaign as well. I'm gonna take a guess that the scenario that happened to you was you got probably defeated at somebody's walls. You were about to raise settlement. Maybe you took a chance on the auto resolve, maybe you didn't, but end result is that your army had to run away. And you're like, okay, well fine, no big deal. And you thought that was going to be enough until another army that you didn't even see was there or didn't even notice marches up and attacks you, and then you cannot retreat anymore, and your whole army is obliterated no matter how hard you try. That's my guess. You let me know how accurate I am. I got some new research. And mission failed. I was supposed to recruit a war beast. Shucks. I didn't really need those bonuses anyway, so we're okay. Oh great, negative growth at the altar of spawns. I can afford that at this time. That's gonna give me... what's that give me? More public order, more corruption, and shaman sorcerer. Oh, perfect. Okay. Yes. I want a shaman sorcerer right away. Let's see what we've got. Oh, and I can also recruit Werekin. And I think I have enough money to do both. Alright, so I've got the option of death, fire, or metal. I'm not a big fan of metal, so it's either going to be Lore of Death or Lore of Fire. My Lore of Death character comes with public order bonus, campaign line of sight. I have 2 fire options, which are going to be honorable for more leadership, or diabolic splendor, leadership RSIs plus 10% while attacking. Huh. Considering where I intend to position him, I actually think that's going to be better. Let's just see what this guy's sneaky. Nah, don't care. Alright, so we're going to go with the diabolic splendor, because I mean, a fire mage is kind of somebody I want to keep close to the infantry line anyway. Alright. And then our other hero, Skinwolf Werekin, so I can get the plus 10 leadership honorable Werekin. I also have another diabolic splendor Werekin, who's going to be mixed in with the infantry most likely, so that'll work out. Or sneaky. Oh, don't these options look familiar? Alright, what's a Skinwolf leadership like anyway? No idea. Okay, diabolic splendor it is. We'll have a very well supported infantry line. Alright, so Starman92 says, 3 armies of the Empire jumped me raiding in their lands. Yeah. That really stinks. I know what you mean. If you don't know that they're there, they'll get you. Some ways to get around that. You can recruit agents and not have them in your army. Just have them kind of scouting the territory around you. That way you are always aware of who's there. It's not 100% the most beneficial course of action for you, but it is an option. Alright, gonna put you in raiding camp. Make me some 82 golds. Recruit fairly quickly, or replenish very quickly, but recruiting, not an option. Like, I am not spending, for instance, 693 cost for 5-turn Marauders. I'm just going to do this to let them replenish, and they replenish at a good clip, though. I'm not complaining about this. And then that gives me a turn to get these guys over, another turn to replenish again, probably, and then we'll march on over to Tombkeep. Do we find out, by the way, is this our boy Wolfric? No, that's Leif Golbrinson. Alright. Alright. Alter response feature has a negative growth right now. We're in a slow plotting leadership, but I think we're just going to need to loot and pillage our way back up to some decent income through these provinces here. I think that's the plan for the moment, and hope nobody comes to get me in my backfield. Okay, where were we? Let's go ahead and start working on those upgrades. Do I want corpulent sales? Thermal's reduction. Income from sacking settlements. It's 13 turns away. Or do I want weapon strength for Marauders? This is tough. This is tough. I don't know if I want... Yeah, I'm reminded of something, though. I'm going to let that play out as it is. I could use some monsters. So let's see here. A dangerous, murderous froststorm is a great offering to the gods indeed, and I could really afford to replace my my froststorm. And none are more dangerous and murderous than Frigistrex, Scion of the Cold Void. Frigistrex, that's a good name for a froststorm. It appears only where the worst storms fall, so to hunt it down, you must battle the worst of the elements as well as the monster itself. Hunt down and slay the deadly frostworm known as Frigistrex, Scion of the Cold Void, which gets me an ancient frost worm scale vortex spell. Okay, also the Cold Voider, which is nice, and 10,000 treasury. Alright, and the other option, Salzenman Soul Eaters, perhaps the scariest of all giant humanoid monster species. Cygors are some of the ancient creatures to roam the old world. Salzenman Soul Eaters are a pair of Cygors even bigger and stronger than others of their kind, making them among the most difficult monsters to hunt. Their cycloptic eyes not only see the winds of magic, but also dampen their use for most spellcasters in their presence. Hold down and slay the gargantuan Cygors known as the Salzenman Soul Eaters, and I get a giant Cygor eyeball, which is Doom and Darkness. Less power reserves for the enemy, plus 15 starting amount for all factions, and 10,000 treasury. Yeah, I'm sorry, this just sounds way better. I have pages of these. This is great. Okay, so the other one is Traegard Mountain Cleaver. As creatures of chaos, dragon ogre Shaggoths, I love those, are a highly favorable sacrifice to the dark gods. A sacrifice? No, I want them in my army. But they're also extremely difficult to bring down. Their strength and power are proportional to their age, making the millennial-old Traegard Mountain Cleaver in particular a truly challenging target for the hunt. Beware the lightning. Hunt down and slay the colossal Shaggoth known as Traegard Mountain Cleaver, which gets me his Great Horn. For leadership RSIs, our leadership effects charge bonus, and the Great Horn ability, which is a bombardment spell. Let's go for this and see what happens. So I need to raid the Tower of Crack. Okay. I would love to raid the Tower of Crack. Just not right away. Well, maybe I should. It's not going to be that hard to get there. Yeah, we'll go raid the Tower of Crack. Why not? I'm going to lose my replenishing. You know, I need to stay here for now so I can get those guys back into the army. Of course. Alright, so Starman, you were saying 3 armies. Yep. So you could not fight your way out of it. It crushed you. So you went back to your vampire campaign, and you're about to take out the Empire. Definitely do the Frostworm, but you're still wanting to try something new, thinking wood or high elves, which are your 2 favorite in tabletop. Honestly, go for what your favorite faction is in tabletop. I couldn't wait for the Lizardman campaign. That was Wulfric the Wanderer. He set up an ambush right in that valley. Now I can't see his army. What a jerk. He doesn't like that I'm raiding here, though. We might get our chance. We might get our chance. Okay. This is going to be part 2, but it's going to be contingent upon me getting my my 2 heroes into that army. They're rank 1 heroes, so at least the Fire Mage will have the Fireball spell. Anyway, so what I was saying was I couldn't wait for Warhammer 2 to come out because my favorite faction are Lizardmen. I was so stoked. I was just like I wanted a skink domination of the map. I had to have it. So as soon as Warhammer 2 came out, bought it, played a Mazda Mundi campaign, loved it to death. Still probably one of my favorite campaigns that I've done, second only to my other favorite faction in this game, which is the Greenskins. The reason why I love these factions in particular actually date back to my introduction to Games Workshop. Back when I was in middle school, not to date myself, 20 years ago. I was introduced to Warhammer 40k. We were playing on somebody's pool table in their basement, one of my friends, and I fell in love with Tyranids. Now Warhammer 40k it's a different setting from Warhammer Fantasy, but there are so many similarities. So there's kind of an analog, there's a comparison. There's a comparison for each of the individual factions, and to me it felt like the Lizardmen were the most like the Tyranids, but anyway, that's why I was so excited to play Lizardmen, because I knew that playstyle. So the Sword of Cain has been claimed, sure, whatever. Population surplus in the Mountains of Hell, also great. Can't afford to upgrade anything for the moment. Alright, heroes first. Can't reach my Throg, so I'm going to try moving Throg a little closer without getting ambushed. See how this works out. Let's see, what's the maximum move here? There's a little corner there. Well, I'm about to sneeze.
Mic off. Mic on.
Okay, I'm back and you didn't have to hear me sneeze. Alright, so I'm going to try moving to that little corner of their land right there, go back into raiding camp, and then merge my 2 new heroes with the army. Why this little corner? Because I still need to be in their territory to get Wulfric to want to engage me. So that should be close enough. Let's just double check that I can actually do the merge. Yes. Alright, here we go. Can wait till he gets there, that way he doesn't path something that tries to go around the other hero. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Sometimes they'll path differently if there's another guy in the way. Even though you can have multiple armies moving at the same time, you can actually have, like for instance, let's say if while he was moving there, I took another guy and I tried moving him in while he's still moving, that guy's path is going to try to dip around where that guy was, and he'll have less movement points. It's extremely frustrating. Alright, so I'm not going to be able to... I'm not going to be able to go into an encampment stance, so I have to decide if I want to be in a raiding stance anyway. Less upkeep for my army, but I'm winded. I'll have winded vigor. That's just it, the winded. I'll do it anyway. I can handle winded because he'll be marching at me. It'll give me a chance to recover my vigor. Whew, this is a little nerve-wracking, guys. I won't lie. I won't lie. Alright, so 40k, you would have to pick the Tau. You know, that was my second army. So when I was playing 40k, because my first faction was Tyranids, when I decided to branch out, I was like, I want to do something totally different, but still a Xeno, still alien, because I didn't like the Empire, I didn't like Chaos. The Xenos seemed to be where it was at. They had their heads in the right place. So from going from Tyranids, exact opposite, I played an army of Tau. After I did Tau, I did Greenskins. Still my favorite army I've ever built. Here he is, right on schedule. Now he is more of a melee beast than I am. He should have my potion of foolhardiness, but he has a 15% ward save. Hopefully, Throg mixed with my Werekin is gonna be able to do the trick. Werekin's more of an anti-large unit, however, but his army, ooh, he does have the Marauder Ice Wolf's Chariot. Like I said, this is gonna be tough. I brought the javelins for that chariot, though. He's definitely got an infantry advantage, and then a fireball spell. That should be enough to do the trick. Right-click to view in the spell browser. Okay, powerful explosion, strong versus multiple combatants, weak against armor. I just want to make sure I'm using the fireball right. So, gosh, he has plenty of armor, 115, and I'm only at 55. So I see now why this stacks out the way it does. I think what I'm going to need to do is actually avoid Wulfric as best I can, kill off all of his infantry. Oh, I'll tell you what, I just don't like how my stuff matches up. I've got the ranged advantage. Maybe I just want to skirmish him down until I don't have anything left on my Marauder Javelins. I've got so much anti-large, but no anti-armor. These two, so yeah, the Werekin and Throg are my best bet for anti-armor, but they themselves, I have a feeling they're just going to get turned into mincemeat by Wulfric. Alright, so Starman, you're saying you play High Elf with just Sea Guard, so you don't have to micro them as much. You know, I never played Tabletop Fantasy, but not a lot of effort there. As far as maintenance, board management, team management, micro, like you're saying. And just because the models were hilarious, and their lore of magic, gut magic, oh man, loved it. So, right now, that's what I'm looking forward to the most with Warhammer 3, because presumably Ogre Kingdoms are going to be in there. Alright, 6 on the Winds of Magic. I can afford to gamble. And look at that. Quadrupled. Ronaldo's with me. Alright, quadrupled my starting magic pool. Alright, so what's the field look like? I have a hill, he has a hill. I've got javelins. Werekin can forward deploy. Can he hide? He can. Okay, Werekin's gonna stay there. Nah, Werekin's actually gonna hide in this pile. Yeah. Okay. He's off on his own, doing his own thing.
Yes. What?
Alright, so we're gonna do a mixed line of Berserkers and Marauders up front. Nice and long. With Hunters with Javelins right behind. They're already in position. Group them. And then Spearmen I'm going to do to the side and behind like so. This is to try and stop the chariot
I
before it gets started. Throg Throg, I'm gonna set him up kind of off to the side, like so. He'll charge in as needed. I'm gonna hope to get Wulfric to engage this side. So, actually, I might have Throg run out a bit. Throg's a speedy punk. Well, maybe not, apparently.
Shame on sorcerer!
Yeah, he's faster than
I've seen victory.
like a human. So yeah, I'll have Throg go out there, see if he can't bait out Wulfric, but I doubt it. I don't really have the speed. You know, I don't have like the speed.
Chaos Marauders! Your will!
Alright.
Hungry and angry!
No group for these three. I'm just gonna leave them as is. Alright. Yeah, they're gonna charge right on into me, and I'm gonna go. Javelins are gonna go first for the berserkers here, I think. Yeah. Of course, he's just gonna march straight into my line.
Stalking!
Oh, I can always get some vomit out. Yeah, I'm gonna drop some vomit on this group of berserkers here. Gonna move this spearman over here.
I am Overlord!
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Good, now fall back.
Just a sec!
Wulfric's not having it. He's kind of staying over to that side. Alright, Skin Wolf. You can go ahead and come back out.
Chaos Marauder!
Graceful fireballs. Look at that. They're breaking. That's it. That's it, Wulfric. That's it. You're done. Get stepped on by a troll. Revenge is sweet. Aw. That werekin unit's gnarly. It's made out of antlers. Didn't expect to see antlers on a werekin. Antlers and blood. Throg, just get him. Actually, hold on, you know what? Watch this. Watch this. Throg. Vomit. Vomit on Wulfric. What are you waiting for? There it is. Mmm. Tasty. Alright.
I've seen.
Let's see if I can get a fireball to connect. He's been missing all of his other shots tonight. Yo. 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 Oh! The werekin. Let them heal. Let them heal. Let their army run. Let's see here. You know what, werekin? You're probably my fastest unit. Go chase. You can chase and heal at the same time. Those guys are still chasing this group. Nobody's gonna get caught there. All right. So now it's just Adventures of Wolfie the Wolfkin. Here's a fun little option. You press the delete key. You can actually get this really cool camera angle that's attached to them, to the unit. You can move in, you can move out, but the camera is going to follow as he plods along, no matter what. You scroll up, scroll down, change the angle. I'm going to do a little bit of a... jumping around now. Just going to try and get a rotation around him, do it over the shoulder angle. Here he goes, trucking along, as he's slowly making his way over there. Let's see here. Starman says, you play High Alpha just so you guard. Oh, yeah. I saw that. Oh, I'm not connected right now, am I? Alright, welcome back, Starman. Good to have you. You didn't miss too much, except, you know, revenge is finally mine. I was finally able to defeat Wulfric in battle. Things went the way I was expecting it to. I didn't like the matchups, but I did have the ranged advantage, a couple of missed fireballs, but it was actually the Bright Wizard who got the killing blow on Wulfric as he was running away. Right now I'm just doing the traditional troll tactic of healing my army. The the end battle screen, but I still have an opportunity to try and heal as many hit points as possible. Aw. Looks like they got away from you. Sorry, Sword Son. Also, here's a neat feature you might not have noticed in, I'll say, the enemy has cost you dearly. Do you even deserve to call it a victory? Yes! Yes, I do. You want to know why? Because I defeated Wulfric. His faction now belongs to me. All his base are belong to us. Oh, I can't wait for this, when I confederate Wolf. Starman, if you're still there, let me know if my stream is still up. My XSplit Gamecaster says I am. But it looked like, when I was checking my stream on my phone, it looked like things went down. Yeah, sorry you missed the battle, but that just seems to be my luck. Wulfric managed to kill 54 of my Marauder meat shields, but Throg with 60 kills, the Werekin with 20, and the Bright Mage with 12, all from fireballs. I mean, not going to be amazingly large numbers here, you know. He only deployed 435 of his units. But I did defeat that chariot with combined javelin fire. The javelins actually did, for being anti-large, they did a pretty good number on those marauders. So, Javelin Day is back in town. That was definitely a good pick to grab those units. Alright. Now look at how many of those units just got wiped out, too. He still gets his chariots, which, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. Ooh. I got a oh, I got his ward save talisman. Yeah! That's great. Love it. Alright. Oh, do I kill the captives? Do I sacrifice the captives, which is the same thing as killing the captives? Or do I enslave the captives? Enslavement doesn't seem to help me out too much. I'm just gonna sacrifice them. Get the money. Money's where I'm hurting the most right now. Now, give me his faction. Give it to me. At the end of the turn end, I suppose. Battle of Nuln, huh? Okay, so, I think this might be a mod. I might be confusing this with a mod, but I believe they've put a lot of guns in Nuln to represent their grand armory. I could be mistaken. It could be just like any other faction capital. But be prepared for bullets. Lots and lots of bullets. Oh, I'm going to be so happy if I get to confederate all of Norsca. Revenge is sweet. This turn end cannot come fast enough for me. I mean, let's talk about the ups and downs of this campaign. Some huge ups, immediately confederating the A-Sling, immediately moving on to take Krakatrak down. Then the downs when the other Norscan faction eliminated the rest of Krakatrak before I could get there. Then back up again as I was rampaging my way towards the Varg to permanently kill Surtha Ek, only to have it stolen from me. Alright, Wulfric defeated. Oh, I only have two choices. Interesting. So the leader of Norsca, Wulfric, has been defeated. The Wanderer meets his match at last. His followers look on in horror, their unwavering belief in their leader dashed in an instant. Even this legend cannot deny your supremacy amongst all Norscans now. Surely now is the time to seize control, bring his domain into yours, take all that once was his. Or you may free him, as an insult perhaps, an unending torment for this foe. The choice is yours. So form confederation. Take everything. These men will see what it is like to fight for a true Norscan leader soon enough. Confederated formed with Norsca. Or release Wulfric for -20 diplomatic relations with Norsca for no other reason than salt. And while the game is trying to tell me that this would be a great way to insult him, I'm just not feeling it. All I'm feeling if I'm doing this is getting more trouble. And since I can't permanently kill Wulfric, and there were plenty of people in my last chat telling me just to kill him for the outrage of him taking the Varg murder away from me, I'm going to confederate. I'm absolutely confederating all of that territory into mine. Give me a minute as the game freezes, as it's now like, holy crap, look at all of this land you just got. 0 frames per second got there. Oh, there it is. Look at that map. Look at that mini map. My tasty, tasty territory. All of, what is that, Sweden and Norway? All of Sweden and Norway is mine. And even a little bit of Finland. Wahaha. Actually, I even have, yeah, I do. I have Albion. For those who are unfamiliar with the lore, Albion is this island. It's a mysterious place. People don't go there and come back. It's not controlled by the Norscans. It's controlled by mysterious beings, I think, but I could be wrong. I think the Vermeer are from Albion. They're not represented in this game, but they could be. Anyway. Whew. There it was. Mission aborted because he now belongs to me. Quest aborted. Oh, I don't have to raid the Tower of Crack anymore because I own it. Confederation complete. Province secured. Province secured. Province secured. Province secured. Oh, this is making me happy. Another province. I got 5 whole provinces. Provinces, not settlements. Provinces. My income is gonna skyrocket. Oh, I have multiple armies now. That's probably why it's not going up. Alright. Wolfric defeated. So new factions encountered. This is important. The Vanaheimlings. Take me to them, please. I want to see the Vanaheimlings. Or not, okay. The Scaling have been discovered, but they're... I'll tell you where they ain't. They ain't on my continent. Or my peninsula. It might be down here. Nope. That is... Kislev. I don't know. Where are the Scaling? I'll have to find them somewhere else. Ripperhorn Tribe, the Red Eye, Bretonia, Warriors of Chaos have been encountered in the Empire, Marienburg, Vinland, Portland, Ostland, Karankar, Deadwood Sentinels, Sea regions controlled. I control all of the Kraken Sea, which is up here, as well as all of the Frozen Sea, far over there. Yeah, there's so much to go through. And provinces secured. Boom, 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 boom. Alright. Let's look at armies. If I see Surtha Ek in here. Oh my god, there he is. I have Surtha Ek. He lived! And now he's in my army! My army! I don't want him! Okay, so guys, I'm thinking when next I stream, it's gonna be all about the Surtha Ek suicide army. I'm gonna throw him out there into the worst possible places and the worst possible situations. He's gonna have to prove himself to my army. To Throg. He has to prove himself to Throg. He is going to raid and pillage all across the lands in fruitless, suicidal missions. And he'll have to prove himself until hopefully, until an agent comes along and assassinates him. I think that's what I'm going to do with Surtha Ek. Oh my god, you know what I just found out? That's why in all of those campaigns that we've ever done, that's why we always see Surtha Ek raiding our lands no matter how many times we can push him back. He always comes back with his ridiculous chariot spam army. Mind is blown. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna have to end it on that note. How do I go on? That is why Surtha Ek is always raiding the Empire. I'm speechless. I figured it out. Alright, guys. Good night. Thanks for sticking with me, especially you, Starman. Have a good night. See you all in the next episode. Tomorrow. Since Air is streaming tomorrow, I'll stream right... If I figure out what time he's streaming, I might try to go for right before him. That way I can at least tap into that audience of people who's always there from Europe. Anyway.